the 6 and 11 seed are here and are going to play to see who ends up playing against Cheese. So let us go ahead and get these players started in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So iBall, iBall really is just a Canadian. No other interesting facts about iBall, just a simple Canadian. And that is it. No, of course, a longtime player here, a fixture of the Classic Tetris Monthly scene here. Going for, and has improved greatly, as has Rahmations in the last few months. And so a lot of people are expecting breakout performances from each of these two players, really. iBall first made his name in the gaming world as an SMB speed runner, SMB1, Super Mario Bros, as the younger generation calls it. We never said that back in my day. We said the word brothers. And Rahmations, of course, again, also a fixture of the Classic Tetris scene. Looking to get his first deep run into and through the finals. So we got a lot of folks here gunning for a top spot, and a somewhat lighter month because no Fractal and no Andy. So it might be a little bit of an easier path without two of the top players in the world. They're kind of taking breaks this month. $148 for Rahmations, $131 for iBall. Barrett says in Vandy's day, they just called it Mario. Like, hey, do you want to play Mario? You didn't have to say Mario 1 until they came out with Mario 2. And then you're like, is this really a Mario game? Like, it did not feel very Mario. And as it turns out, well, it kind of wasn't. They gave the real Mario to Japan, and then they gave us some other weird thing for Mario 2 in the States. 175 Rahmations long bar over Tetris, but has a gap in the stack. And that's going to cause some problems here, but getting this burned away. Still has 3 lines of garbage over that well there in the center of the stack. And that will cause some additional burning. 246 for iBall. And, while the Mario 2 did deepen the Mario lore and universe, the Mario 2 that we got in the States, the Mario in the Japan, much is similar style, but much harder, I would say, than Mario 1, is like way better game. $256 for Rahmations, $317 for iBall. I think it's a better game just because it's just very challenging. It's a very challenging version of the first Mario. Like it was understandable as an extension of that game, whereas the second one was just like totally. It's the same thing with Zelda 2. They already had some other game. They wanted to rush out a Zelda game. They just took another game and said, "Oh, it's Zelda," but it didn't have a lot to do with the first one. 361 Rahmations, 351 for iBall. There's the Vits for iBall. Look at a curry favor with the Vits enjoyers in the chat. Rahmations 384. Ahead in lines by about 11. Did I like Mario 3? Yeah, Mario 3 was obviously legendary. Great game. All right, Rahmations setting up a square overhang and immediately regrets it, but gets the square and a long bar to get built out for that Tetris. Takes a skim in a Tetris 430 for Rahmations. Another Tetris for iBall 473. These players have faced each other only one time in the CTM cinematic universe. That was in Challengers back in December 2021. They have never faced off in Masters before. And that was in Challengers of December 2021. In the quarterfinals, and iBall won 3-0. But was eliminated by Heps, I believe. Not sure. I think actually iBall might not have shown up to that match, to the following match. At least that's what Liquipedia says. 600 for Rahmations, 613 for iBall. iBall gonna spin that T in rather than tuck it in. Gerald says, I think iBall and Rahmations were my second and third matches ever. Of course, Gerald, formerly the best player in the world, right, Gerald? 685 for Rahmations, 694 for iBall. So iBall and Rahmations, of course, just stepping stones on the path of Gerald becoming the greatest Tetris player. And iBall gets that high Tetris there. I was like, oh no, this is Top Out City. But no, it's going to survive with that crazy, dirty Tetris. 734 for iBall. Great survival and lucky to get that Tetris. An upper decker, says Barrett. Valak says, not luck, but skill. True. All right, Tetris for iBall. He is fully recovered. Gets a Tetris 832 down the bottom. 845 for Rahmations. Zempro says, seeing light in Rahmations' room is nuts. I don't know. I think we've seen light. Depends on the time of day. Anyway, it is... can't see the laundry bins. That's true. Now that's what I thought of. I almost put that as the emote in the announcement, as a little basket. But instead I decided to go with raw food. 947 Rahmations gets a long bar over 980, just one away from the max out. Uncovers and gets the Tetris for the max out. Rahmations A18. He's actually 14 lines ahead from iBall. So iBall, arguably with the better pace, gets the Tetris, has the max out now on 27. We'll see what Rahmations' pace is going into 29, but needs to get this board back down. And okay, there's a great L piece to bring this down. We'll see what Rahmations can do here. A37, all right, getting the T, gets that in. iBall, A45. So iBall ahead now, A82 into 29. Tetris Rahmations, A82. iBall still ahead. Another Tetris Rahmations. iBall trying to get set up here. Rahmations already has to cover and uncover. Gets another Tetris over. B60. iBall gets a bar over, but ends up expiring here, so has to work around that. Another Tetris Rahmations. Just going nuts with these Tetrises, and another one, C42. Over 100,000 point lead now. And iBall still fighting this stack down a bit. Rahmations going to cut off the right side. The target is C46 for iBall. So Rahmations can't get something over, is going to hang. And the target is C46 for iBall. Is 80,000 points away, has 50 lines or so to do it. And so now can go into singling, doubling, tripling mode, whatever. Just take, whatever the game gives him. And oh no, iBall with the hang of the bar. Can't get the other bar over. And the Chasedown will not happen. And Rahmations is going to survive. Rahmations survives. iBall can't get the 5 taps or 5 rolls over for those bars twice in a row. And Rahmations will survive. Rahmations had to be thinking like, oh man, not again. Let's get him started. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right. iBall still looking a little deflated here. He's going to have to shake that off if he wants a chance here in game number 2. Both players on the board with Tetrises. iBall with the... Well, what do you guys say? Do you guys say Adidas or Adidas? That's a good... You know, when I was a kid here in America, we said Adidas. But then Europeans come in and say like, oh, no, it's Adidas. I'm like, all right. So 1 for Adidas, 2 for Adidas. 1 for Adidas, 2 for Adidas. And Rahmations with the, what is it? 5 Nights at Freddy's shirts. So 2 different worldviews on display here. Barrett says, I say 1, but 2 is correct. Yeah. It's not 5 Nights at Freddy's. I don't know what that is. It's not 5 Nights at Freddy's, but it looks like it. What is that? All right, Rahmations. What is that? It's Kanye. What is it? I don't know what it is. See, I'm old. I don't know what things are. It looks like... What is that? Someone tell me what it is. Rahmations is embarrassed. It looks like that. Oh, no, wait. Is that Kanye? What is that? That's Kanye. Oh, right. That's Kanye. All right. Not 5 Nights at Freddy's. Like, what? That's Kanye. All right. Can we just edit that part out? Thank you. It's been a lot of years since I listened to that record. 257. It's been a lot of years. It's been a lot of years. All right. I'm going to go just, jump in a lake. But there should be a mashup. It's been a long time, guys. It's been a long time. That's fine. I don't mind being cringe. I am here. I am here to cringe you out. 350 for iBall, 335. To be fair, it is in like 240p. I'm so sorry. 397 for iBall. Whatever. I didn't realize. I was like, why does it say late registration? Isn't that a... Oh, right. But why is it... It looks like something. Yeah, clip the whole thing. Just, please, rip me to shreds. Folks, I resign the presidency effective tomorrow. All right, 386 for Rahmations, 442 for iBall. I have noticed, yes, iBall playing a lot of Blazing 8s on his stream lately. What is that? I don't even know what it is, but he's been playing it a ton. It's Uno? Oh, it's just Uno, but... That's fine. 413 here for Rahmations. 492 for iBall. It's Uno, but slightly different. Is it cringe that I don't know what Blazing Eights is? Oh, my word. It's a Discord game? Got it. 441 Rahmations. Oh, my God. I can't believe I did that. Listen, I was listening to that album before you guys were even born, okay? And it's probably like the last time I listened to it, to be honest. There's a Tetris Rahmations. 514, just 4 lines away from the level 19 transition. Mari says, I was 3 years old. Thank you very much. Oh, sorry. There's a misdrop for Rahmations of that long bar. That's going to skim away fairly nicely. Look at that cleanup for Rahmations. Uncovers the well, building out the middle, waiting for the bar. It's nice to have something to do while you wait for the bar, building out that middle. And there's the bar and the Tetris Rahmations. I'm still very embarrassed, but that's okay. I mean, that's what I'm here for. It's my only value in the Tetris community, and that's going to be a top out for Rahmations. And iBall is good at 671, and we are tied up. Yeah, so we just have to. Can we just forget this whole game happened? All right, everybody is ready. I am ready. We are all ready for what was once a best of 5. It is now a best of 3 in 3, 2, 1 Tetris. That's right. No Ben Shapiro Uno here. We only play Sam Sater Phase 10. That's it. All right, 69,000 for iBall, 46,000 for Rahmations. Rahmations setting up for a delayed Vits. 4 high on the board. Takes the Tetris, has the Vits set up waiting. Young Turks skip bow. Is that what we're allowed to play? All right, Rahmations with the Vits, 78,000 for Rahmations. 138 iBall. And iBall in trouble. Has a long bar here. Oh, wow. Gets that Z to the left. And that is going to be a top out for iBall here on 18. Why do you guys play 18? And Rahmations is good. So let's go 3, 2, 1 Tetris. All right, both players on the board with Tetris's crucial game, of course, here for iBall. And really for Rahmations, too. iBall, a dangerous player. Rahmations does not want to give him any more chances. So looking to wrap this up right now. iBall, of course, needing to win to move on to really was just like an instant epic match before it even happens, with Cheese moving on to the top 8. There's a Tetris Rahmations 91,000. So both players perfect so far. There's a Tetris Rahmations 114. And this is a crazy spire on Rahmations' board. I mean, it's like the Washington Monument just on its own standing up there. That was crazy. Tetris Rahmations 139, bringing it down. iBall going to end up having to take a burn there, a couple of them, and gets a Tetris down there, 143 through 32, 139 for Rahmations through 27. A nice, safe double well on the right side for Rahmations. Going to fill all that out, wait for the bar. There's a Tetris Rahmations 193, 213 for iBall. And I guess Gerald in chat talking about competitive Tetris retirement. I mean, you gotta come out of retirement though to play Skibbity Masters, right? We're gonna get Michael Bay to produce it. $221 iBall, $261 for Rahmations. All right, 271 Rahmations, 270 for iBall. There is an S spin for iBall and a skim and another skim and a long bar and a Tetris. So iBall keeping that well open. Nice flat T burn. I love that burn. That is like something I do all the time. Like even when I don't have to. Kind of like line spins. Like I just do it because it looks cool. But there, it was actually useful. And a Tetris for iBall, 321. 320 for Rahmations. So we are close in score. iBall a little ahead in lines. So maybe the pace advantage here for Rahmations, very slight. All right, there, Rahmations bringing this down. iBall 419, 374 Rahmations. Long bars in for both. Tetrises for both. Rahmations ahead by about 2 Tetrises. Oh, Rahmations gonna miss the Tetris well with that bar. It was kind of shocking. And we'll see what happens here. Rahmations, this is not trivial here. All right, gets it open again. All right, able to bring this down with a J piece. Still has that Tetris well set up. All right, and there is the dirty Tetris for Rahmations, 454 iBall, 491 long bar over Tetris. iBall with a Tetris into 19 at 562, and Rahmations in at 504. So about a 58,000 point lead when the lines are tied. All right, iBall setting up that Z spin on purpose and gets it. Can you imagine? There's a Tetris iBall 638, 556. Rahmations iBall needing to win to stay in. Rahmations setting up that T-spin setup. And gonna miss the T-spin, 585. And now there's a gap there at the bottom of Rahmations stack. Gonna get a Tetris here. Let's see how he handles it. Is he just gonna build on there for a while? We'll see how it goes. All right, a couple of long bars be useful here for Rahmations. He gets one. And long bar over for a Tetris and another one. So clears this out fairly efficiently. No. What is Rahmations' plan here? $728 for iBall. Still just with about the 40, 50,000 point lead. Good flat, mildly sloping stack. Has birds available. iBall, good fundamental stack here. Rahmations 686. Long bars over for Tetrises. And again, so about a, I don't know, 70,000 point lead. iBall. Tetris Rahmations 780. Tyler Tetris is in chat. Tyler Tetris. Hello, Tyler. Do not call him Tetris. There's a Tetris Rahmations 875. iBall 948. One line apart. And about 73,000 points apart. Oh, there was a 5 and below by Rahmations. Oh, you mean like the shirt? Has the word 5 in it. Max out here for iBall. Rahmations with a little bit of cleanup to do. Low stack here. 11 lines to go till the 29 transition. All right, iBall getting those long bars to the left, making sure to do that. And iBall set up for a Tetris, can maybe get one here into 29. Rahmations will get one into 29, has a 29. 1.1 into 29 for iBall. Rahmations board getting up a bit high here, having to burn this down. Opens up a Tetris well in column 3, gets the long bar in. A71, but there's one for iBall, B54. So iBall, some good flat stacking. Another Tetris for iBall, B94. Rahmations at A83. Needs a long bar for the middle. Gets it. Nice combos here. Long bar Tetris. Rahmations B25. C73 for iBall. Both players low. Setting up for Tetrises and getting them. D14 for iBall. B68 for Rahmations. So iBall with over 100,000 point lead right now. The lines are even. Tetris, iBall, D60. Left side for Rahmations. Gonna need to get a piece over. Gets it over. C56. iBall's middle getting high. The right side is cut off, and that's going to be a top out for Rahmations. And iBall is going to take game number 4 and force a decider. So 2 deciders here in the red brackets. And move on to round 2. Let's go in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Should I actually report the matches? What do you think? Let's try doing that. Let's try literally actually reporting the matches. All right, we are underway. Boards are being piled high. They're being knocked down with Tetrises, though. Rahmations kind of playing that safe double well style here. Middle of that board, a little bit of a mess, but gets a long bar over for the Tetris. Long bar Tetris iBall 96,115 Rahmations. There's a Tetris for both. Rahmations ahead by about 20,000 points through the same number of lines. There's a Tetris iBall 143. I almost said I-43. Yeah, I'm losing it, guys. There's my performance in that debate. There's all my stumbling around. Maybe it's time to step down. Tetris, iBall, and Rahmations 190, Rahmations 189 for iBall. Super close in score and lines. Oh, geez, thanks. 236 Rahmations, 236 iBall. Same score, same lines. I'm enjoying it. Rahmations going to miss the L spin. And that's going to prolong down stacking here. I had an opportunity to take a double there with the L piece, but instead just going to single it out, right? Being efficient, not taking unnecessary doubles and triples. 289 Rahmations, Tetris 311, 315 for iBall. Who is the vice commentator? I don't know. It's been an open position we haven't filled. Maybe it's Jasmine. Jasmine was super fun at Lone Star. Enjoyed commentating the Vits off with Jasmine. Sharky was excellent. Everyone knows Sharky, great commentator, but also a very, very good, excellent co-commentator, like a second. I think we're used to seeing Sharky like kind of solo comms and stuff like that and thinking about him that way, but the rhythm is very, very good. So really enjoyed my time with Sharky at Lone Star. 390 for Rahmations. Mari, excellent. There's so much talent here in the Tetris community. 416 Rahmations, 375 for iBall. I need to pick one or else Speaker Johnson will end up in charge. Oh my God. True. All right, Tetris iBall 424, 439 for Rahmations. Tyler was good. Zempro. There's a lot of folks out there doing a good job. 471 iBall, 497 Rahmations. You feel like you missed the chance to vote in the commentator primaries? Oh my goodness. I'm a threat to Tetris democracy. 595 Rahmations, 542 iBall Tetris for him, 566. Rahmations filling in the middle of that stack here, gonna cover and uncover. There's a Tetris Rahmations. And another one, Rahmations, 649. It is a decider, do or die time. One of these players has to win. Only one can move on. Long bar over, Rahmations, 676. Well, XCOD status. We were talking specifically about Lone Star Championship and people who were there. Tetris iBall 698, 734 Rahmations. There's a long bar in for Rahmations, one for iBall. Really just a, what, 12,000 point difference? But iBall kind of has the pace lead here, behind by about 11 lines. Now, of course, pace lead doesn't mean anything if we don't get to 39. Well, not too much anyway. iBall 787, 828 Rahmations. Long bar over, iBall kind of high in that column 9. And ends up having to cover it even more. Long bar in, not going to burn anything. It's going to T-spin that in on that left. So iBall looking to bring this down. Rahmations clean, low board. iBall takes a skim in a Tetris, 856. Back by 11 lines and 100,000 points. Gonna Tetris here. We approach level 29. There's a Tetris iBall, 919 and another one. Into level 26, both of these players max out here for Rahmations into 27. There's one for iBall. So this is pretty much, this is a virtual tie here. Oh, the 5 below there for iBall in the middle of the board. There was some question as whether 5 below counts if it's in the middle of the board as opposed to the left. I don't know. Take it up in rabbit hole. Rahmations with a Tetris 1.1, just a couple lines away from the 28, from the 29 transition, the 28 transition, the 29 transition. And Rahmations going to take a skim here. Oh no, the middle of that board is going to be a mess. And Rahmations gets a bar in there for a Tetris B41. And there's a Tetris for iBall B61, and iBall will be moving on to top 8. So both players getting to 29, but Rahmations can't hang on. And iBall is good. Great matchup between these two players, but only one of them can win. And this time it's going to be iBall moving on. So GG to Rahmations. And yeah, iBall going to take a victory lap here. We will see iBall and Cheese in the top 8. New versus old, although iBall's been around a while. Not as long as Cheese, but... All right, iBall there working some issues out there with the 5 taps and just getting pieces to the left in general. Seems to have no problem now. You can see iBall locked in. Timmy Kim says, can iBall beat the Aura? I don't know. We're going to find out. All right, mullining here. This is a mega mullen, but at least it's an aggro mega mullen. That's okay. Wow. E87, E89, da 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 da. Let's see. iBall going for that rollover. Oh no, can't get the Z-spin on the left side. All right, let me report this. F63 iBall really just, yeah, setting up for it. I didn't think he was going to survive, and he gets the rollover. There it is, iBall. Stat padding, gets the rollover, goes pow, 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 pow. And we'll be moving on. All right, give me a minute or two, and we will get the next match going. Hey, everybody, this is your old pal, vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day.